I was watching a YouTube video the other day and I got this advertisement for a prayer app. And you might have gotten this advertisement yourself, but it went something along the lines of, how are we supposed to feel okay in this, I don't remember the exact words, but it was supposedly like cruel, hateful, messed up world. And I was just like, wow. A few years back, probably just 1 year back before I had a mindset change, I would have been like, yeah, the world is really messed up, man. I need to get on this prayer app. We have corrupt politicians and natural disasters and climate change and coronavirus. Yeah, of course the world is shit. But I don't see it that way anymore. Really, I'm not trying to be ignorant. But the problems we currently face in the world on a global scale is nothing that humanity hasn't already been through. There's wars in the Middle East, but there's always been wars all around the world, and we had COVID, which was horrible, of course, but there was worse pandemics in history. The economy might be shit right now for some people, but we always bounce back. That's something about humanity that I freaking love. We are very good at overcoming obstacles, like any history book, and you'll just see this. I just don't buy into the narrative that the world is ending, the world is horrible, we should just give up and get that prayer app because the world is horrible and you need it. In school, I was reading a magazine. Said no one ever. Anyway, I was in like the school library and there was magazines there and I was reading it because I was bored, and it said that most of Gen Z is actually depressed because we might be doing these things, these wholesome things like riding my bike, making YouTube videos, but in the back of my mind, I'm a little sad because I'm never gonna have a real future because the world is on fire and climate change. So everything's just a little bit more depressing. And I just realized, like, what the hell is stressing about climate change or letting it make me depressed going to do for my life? Yo, I got one life. Why would I spend it stressing and have my whole quality of life cut in half because I'm depressed about something that's completely out of my control? Of course, there are certain things you can do, which I do, to help mitigate climate change, like riding my bike or eating less meat or whatever the things that you are told to do to help reduce your carbon footprint. Meanwhile, what is it? 86% of corporations are responsible for 95% of the emissions. I don't know exactly. But I'm just saying, normal people like you and me aren't causing climate change. We can do our part, yes, but it's like dropping a little bit of red dye into the ocean. It's not doing shit. Problem, of course, is the politicians and industry. This is not a climate change video. Hold up. The doomer mindset is very easy to fall into. And it even feels good because it kind of takes the responsibility of our life off our shoulders if we just give up. It's like, all right, why do anything if the world's just going to end? We're going to have a real future. Why do anything? And then you can kind of feel better about not doing anything with your life. And if that's what you want to do, go be you. I'm just saying, for me, it didn't work. But if you are buying into the doomer mindset and you kind of feel depressed and think that the world is shit and that the world is so messed up, do me a favor. Next time you go outside, which is a good first step for many people, what? Look around. What's wrong? I could stand here, probably for the next week, as long as I had water, and everything would be okay. I have food in my bag that's right next to me. I have water right there, actually. I'm in the middle of the Everglades. Not the middle, but I'm in the Everglades. I should kind of be scared, but there is nothing wrong that happens here. And even when I'm not in the Everglades and I'm just out and about and doing my normal life, it's like once a week that you see something that's actually like, oh, that's bad, that's messed up, why did that happen? Like once a week. You go outside and you see like real people living their real life, and you don't see the natural disasters, you don't see the wars, you don't see climate change, you just see life. How is the world messed up? Bro, look at that. Am I being ignorant? Should I even put up? Being online shapes your perception of the world in a way. I have talked to guys that say that all girls are hoes nowadays and no girl is actually sweet or anything. I'm never gonna find a real wife. And I'm like, bro, go outside and you meet a dozen girls around you that are just normal people like you and me, they're just normal people. And there's people that you can stand to be around. Everyone that you see online that's just making your head run wild is probably a robot, honestly. You can, of course, watch the news and feel sad that you saw a news story about a little elderly woman that got sexually assaulted, but what good has the world is going to shit mindset ever brought you? It just makes your existence sadder. And like that article said, it just puts this veil of depression over everything you do. kind of life is that? But I say no, we can choose what beliefs we want to take in. We can choose our perception of the world. And of course, what I try to do most, which is just simply being present, if you think about it, is really just taking in what's in your surroundings and not letting what's halfway across the world bother you on a day-to-day basis. I step outside my house and all I run into is good weather, nice people, and hope. I go online and probably like within 5 minutes, the complete opposite is all I run into. And being worried about stuff that's out of your control is the complete opposite of living in the moment. If you go outside, and again, if I sit here for a week, unless I'm getting jumped, robbed, or anything along those lines, there's nothing right now that I need to be worried about. Just the whole idea of a pessimistic attitude is so foreign to me now. It's like if you're in a band, like, and you're my age, I'm in high school, so it's like, let's say I make a band with some people, and one of my bandmates is like, bro, why are we doing this? Like, we're not actually gonna blow up. What's the point? This is a waste of time. And it's like, okay, sure, that might be realistic, thinking like, yeah, this might not work out, but that's pessimistic to say it's not going to work out. Living pessimistically is very sad. Sure, it might be hard, but it's not impossible. So why think that it's impossible from the get-go? Is it a fear of rejection? Is it a fear of failure? Before I leave you be, just next time you go outside, again, just look around and notice that the world is not fucked. The world is doing just fine, and it'll be fine with us or without us here. I promise that. And I just want to say, it is people like you and me, I believe, I try to believe, that are really helping the world get on a better track. If you resonate with this video or any of my other videos, you are a kind of person who is making change in the world that makes me so happy to see. Our actions and emotions impact the world in more ways than we might think. By having this positive attitude and being like, no, the world is not shit. I will not let this fake reality on the internet ruin my day. You are making the world a better place, and I thank you for that. So again, when you go out today, be that beacon of hope. Be that person that's reminding others like, yo, you know, I see a lot of shitty people on the internet, but that motherfucker, that's a real person. Obviously, that's a real motherfucker. Be that person. Have a beautiful rest of your day.